So I've never really been into horror movies, mainly because I'm a wimp. For the longest time, I was scared of everything. No, I didn't want to play any Mortal Kombat game after Armageddon. No, I didn't want to watch anything live action. No, I didn't even want to play Roblox horror. Now, this was from a few things. One was the death scene of Bruce Wayne's parents, which I saw on the TV screen one day, and immediately noped out from. Another was a random Aquaman movie I owned, which had someone die and their blood filled up the ocean. And lastly, Jeff Hardy having his ear pulled at for weeks on SmackDown. This eventually changed. Now I do play Mortal Kombat and I have watched live action stuff, but I've never really gotten into horror movies. So I'm changing that today, where in the month of October, I'll watch a lot of horror movies, I guess. And put them on a tier list. Sure. Now I was going to do 31 movies, but, I got things to do. Sparking Series coming out this month. I'm trying to do weekly for a little bit. I got stuff to do, okay? So I decided to just do 20, which gives me plenty enough time to edit and, publish the video in October. No real rules on it. I don't care about age rating or nothing. If it's in a category of horror that's on streaming services I watch it on, it counts, okay? I'm not gonna... some people will be like, oh, well... I don't want to have the whole, is Nightmare Before Christmas a Christmas or Halloween movie? I don't really care. I've never watched the movie, but I know that's a debate that some people have had before, and I don't want to get into it for the horror movies. Okay, if it's scary enough, I'll watch it. Scream 2. So if you're wondering why I excluded Scream 1 from this list, well, I already watched it. For one, and for two, I don't want to watch it again. I guys, away movies. I wanted to watch 20 movies. I'm not gonna watch, 21 just to include Scream 1 there. But yeah, so this is 10-day continuation. Also, very big spoilers for every movie on here. I said spoileries, so I don't care. Or whatever I just said. I can't even replicate it now. But yeah, there is going to be spoilers for every movie going ahead. I'll put up like a title card and stuff for it. I'm not going to immediately jump into spoilers for any of them, except for this one maybe. But yeah, if you don't want to see a part, just skip ahead. I don't think there's timestamps. I don't think I'm going to put down timestamps for this. But if I do, good luck to me. So yeah. So in this movie, it's a continuation from Scream 1. I'm not going to do a full plot synopsis. I'm just going to say what I feel about the movie. I feel like the messaging of the movie, which was media correlates to violence, is a very, very interesting message because that's my favorite debate topic. I'm not a debate club or anything. I just think the debate topic is fun because there is factors to both sides, but I'm not going to start doing the whole thing about it. I already had a big session before where I talked about this movie for 9 minutes. Too long. Yeah, I think the only thing I didn't like was the kind of easy to guess killers. You could say, because to be blunt, okay, I already knew who the killers were in Scream 1 because I watched the Dead Meat video on it. But there was a difference in that movie because in that movie, I think I couldn't even guess the killers. I was still guessing who the second one was. I knew the first one was, the guy from... I can't think of his name right now, but the guy from FNAF. By the way, if this is in the shared universe of FNAF, that's cool, I guess. Yeah, that guy, I know him. I knew him. I knew he was the killer going in, but I did not know who the second guy was. In this movie, I kind of guessed. I thought at first it was going to be the two film guys, Randy, the guy from the first movie, and the other film guy. I don't remember his name. He was like Mickey, something. Yeah, I thought that guy was going to be it. He just looked weird. Not looked, but he seemed weird. He seemed like he was a setup killer. And then for the second one, which was the Sydney's girlfriend or boyfriend. yeah, I thought he was going to not be it just because last movie also had a boyfriend killer. This one, is it going to be the same? Are we really going to go over the same beat again? Yes, they did, and they referenced it with Mickey. But yeah, so first again, I thought it was Randy and the film guy, but then Randy's dead. Randy died, so then it was like, oh, who's it now? Who could it be now? I didn't want it to be Dewey, but I did have a suspicion maybe it was Dewey, you know. But I think I have caught on that it was boyfriend and Mickey. Yeah, it's not that I didn't think it was that great of a killer because I think that the Scream movies are almost mystery movies in a way because you're always trying to guess who the killer is, who's the killer. That's like the central plot of every movie. Who is this killer guy? And I think in this movie it was kind of obvious. I think it was kind of obvious. I don't know if I'm just I'm just an intellectual. My brain's over all. My intellect is too great for this world to handle, for the '90s movie to handle. But I think that's just my opinion. Still think I think it's almost on par with Scream One though. I don't know if that's a controversial opinion. I think it was good. I think the meta stuff was fun. I didn't really have a complaint with that. I think that's like the big complaint is that the meta stuff. That might have been Texas Chainsaw Massacre too. I don't remember. I remember seeing like the Wendigo video on it or something, or Wendigo video on it. Yeah. Otherwise though, I think that's it really. I think that if Dewey would have died, I would have been really sad. I love Dewey, man. David Arquette, a WCW champion, by the way, is the my favorite character for the movie. He's so fun. I did wonder though why his hand was like that. I even had because I did little voice recordings. I was like, ooh, who is the killer? I was like giving my thoughts halfway through the film and stuff. I'm not gonna include those because it's boring and it would take up way too much time. But I did think that I was like, oh, why is his hand like that? Did David Arquette have an arm injury mid movie? Nope, he was just that's just how the character was because his veins got punctured or whatever. Yeah, Scream 2, good. I'll make the tier list later. Tier list will be at the very end. Scream 3. Scream 3, I thought it was overall worse than Scream 2. I don't think it's in any part, I don't think there's any way that it could be better than Scream 2, because I really like Scream 2. I think Scream 2 is my second favorite so far. Oh, Scream. Yeah, I think Scream 2 is my favorite so far, or of the ones I've watched this time. I think Scream 1 is my favorite, so it goes 1, 2, 3, surprisingly. Yeah, I think Scream 3, it was just okay. I think that the main thing about it just being okay is that I think that it's just, I don't like it as much. I don't think I have to have a crazy answer to why I don't like it as much as I liked Scream 2. Scream 2 had very fun meta commentary. This one didn't have that, in my opinion. It was more just the movie, I guess, because it was about the movie. It was about them making Scream 3 or Stab 3, and then everything gets derailed because the Scream killer comes back. But I don't get the villain's motive. And you could just call me stupid. I'm very stupid sometimes on this kind of stuff. But so spoilers, by the way. Again, I'm not gonna say this every time. I just wanted to say it one more time. So the guy Rowan, he's the agent directing the movie, kind of. I let me look that up because I think I'm probably getting that wrong. Yes, it's okay. So it was being directed by Roman. His name's Roman. I thought it was Rowan the whole time. So Roman here, he was like, I'll make my movie. He wants to make a movie. He to prove that he is the true biological thing of Maureen Prescott. So he goes out and decides, okay, let's kill people. Let's kill people directly on my set to help the movie, I guess. So he kills these people, And then he gets mad, and he's like, okay, why is my movie being canceled? But also, he calls the one lady, the first lady that he kills, that's not, Cotton, my favorite character, not really. He calls and he's like, hey, please come over there. In his voice, when he has voice changers, he could have called by anyone else. Because like that just makes him look like more suspicious. That he looks more suspicious. He could have called using anyone else on the team, but no, he decides to call using his own voice. And then also, was there a? I'm looking it up, dude. So, okay, I looked it up. There was not a second killer, but Wes Craven, the guy that made it, is the, he said that there was going to be a second killer, which was going to be the person that was playing Sydney in the movie in Stab 3. But I still don't get his motive, because it's just stupid. Like, yeah, I'm gonna kill people on my own movie to make my movie. And like, I get that the movie was not like his biggest thing. He wanted to kill Sydney. However, if you make your own movie, if you make your own Stab 3, we've seen what happens before. There's gonna be another killer somewhere. There's gonna be another killer. So why not just make your own movie, man? Why not just make the movie and like not kill, and then someone else can kill her for you, or you could help them kill her. Like I just don't get the whole motive there. But like, it's just stupid. And then like, I think that it's cool that everyone carries around guns in this movie. Because in the last two, you can't really carry around a gun in a school. Because it's like 1999 though. But still, you cannot carry around a gun in a school. So, I get why, people weren't expecting that. But like, any sharp object. I'm not saying that, if I was in this situation, I would kill the Scream Killer. Because obviously, he has superhuman abilities here. Friggin' taking whole glass bottles to the head. He had to have like a protective dome over it. Like, dude, I do like the whole fight scene at the end though, between like Sydney and Roman, but still, man, I just don't like it as much. I think the other ones had better killers, because I didn't expect Roman. I'll tell you that much, because he was like such a nothing character. Like, all he really did was like be like, yeah. Who? And he was like, oh, I'm the killer. I'm the killer. It's not like my favorite killer reveal. It's not my favorite thing. He was trying to play like Jigsaw at some points. He was like, let's play a game. That was the funniest thing. It was like, let's play a game. The very beginning, and it's just stupid. Anyways, yeah, Scream 3, not my favorite Scream movie. Scream 4. So this is the final Scream movie I'm going to be watching for this little video. I could watch the extras. I think there's like a reboot. But I decided not to do those, because if I did, I would have to watch 6 movies. I think they're on Scream 7 now. So I'd be watching 6 movies. 6 of the 20 would just be friggin' what's his face, Scream. I was not about to see that. So yeah, Scream 4. I thought it was actually better than Scream 3. I don't think it beats Scream 2 though for me. If I gotta be honest, I like Scream 2 a lot. I think it's just because I think I like Scream 2 a lot. But like Scream 3 I didn't like that much. But Scream 4, I thought the 2 is, yes, spoilers. I always say it now. I'm gonna say it now every time. Yeah, dude, for the whole movie, I was just like, is that Wallace Wells from Scott Pilgrim? for that one guy. I was like, is that Scott Pilgrim? Is that the guy from Scott Pilgrim, man? Is that Wallace Wells? I was getting really attached to him. Right after I looked it up, because I looked up mid movie, I was like, is who plays Wallace Wells? It was like Kieran Culkin. And then I looked up who plays Charlie. I think that's his name in Scream 4, and it was a different. It was his brother, dude. I forget his name now, but it was his brother. And I was like, dang, dude, I was so close. So close. I didn't know Wallace Wells was related to Macaulay Culkin, though. Dang. Dang, dude, I didn't know that he was related to Macaulay Culkin, Home Alone guy. That's crazy to me. That is just crazy. Anyways, yeah, so I like that, and then I liked the reveal that or no, I'm not saying. Yeah, I like the reveal of Jill being the second Scream killer in this movie. I really thought it was Trevor. That dude was just weird. That dude was a weirdo, in my opinion. Weirdo. And yeah, I was, but yeah, Jill being it was actually cool. We haven't seen. I thought for a little bit it was gonna be the mother of Jill. I think her name was like Kate, because she was like, I got emotional scars from it too. Don't forget about me. I had emotional scars from it. And I really did think it was about to be her full movie. And like right when she died, I was like, dang it, okay, another lead. Another lead in my case was gone. But the only thing I didn't really like about this movie was how they characterized Gail throughout the movie. Because, so she's I don't want to say this in a demeaning way, but she's a washed up reporter throughout this whole movie. She is going through it. She's making fictional books now. So, right when the Scream killings come on, she's like, Dewey, give me the things in the case. And I'm like, dude, I don't think we should be hating on my man Dewey. I love Dewey. He's my favorite character. I don't want to see him be brought down. Okay, so like right when they're like, okay, like I get like why she wants to do it. She's like a reporter. She used to be a reporter, being in on the cases and stuff. But even then, I didn't like her in the first movie being a reporter. I didn't like her in the second movie being a reporter. Didn't like her in the third movie. I don't think she was really a reporter in that movie. I forget. It's been a day. I've already forgotten. I think she was more doing like, book stuff by then. But like, yeah, I was like, dude, I don't really like the whole reporter angle. I don't like reporters. I don't like paparazzi. Okay, it's like I'm done with that kind of stuff. I thought we would leave that in Scream 1, not Scream 4. We would bring it back up. We want to bring Gail's bad habits back up. Yeah. Other than that, though, I liked it. Can't really think of anything else to really say other than that. I like the direction that Sydney went throughout the movie. I don't know where that like lawyer guy though, because I looked it up last time because I was like, who is this man? Last time, like the guy at the very end of the movie, like the police officer guy, and I was like, who is this man? And they said that they were married, and I was like, whoa, that's a big character. That's a big leap to take in 0 movies with 0 screen time basically. I was like, well, that's a big leap, but apparently they're married, and I'm like, where is he? That's the only complaint. I think he's probably just didn't want to go on another film. It was like 11 years after. Yeah, other than that, though, Scream 4, liked it. Like the whole commentary on reboots. I don't really care for reboots that much, but, And yeah, that's it, I guess. Dude, I don't even know what that movie was even about, man. So I saw the TV spoilers, by the way. Just add that part in, just in case. We always do it now. It's part of the thing. So, yeah, I wouldn't consider that really a horror movie. I would not consider that a horror movie, in my opinion. It was on, HBO Max. I looked it up. People say it was a horror movie, but would not consider that a horror movie. I think it's more of a, just a very sad movie. So, yeah, it just goes, I don't even want to really spoil it. I don't want to spoil it. Even though I already said those spoilers, or there are spoilers here, but I don't even want to spoil it because I genuinely. So yeah, I thought it was good. I just did not get a lot of the allegories and stuff. If I watched it again, I could probably see a lot more. But like I did in the end have to, because the first thing I was trying to look up who the main actor's name was. Because the main actor did fantastic. They did fantastic in that movie. I just really want to know who the heck that guy was. Because that guy was fantastic. But yeah, I love the main actor. And other than that, I just, I see the allegory. I see the allegory in the end. I thought it was something completely different. Because I was, the intellectual here. And I was like, oh, this movie's about seeing how things are different or seeing how your favorite TV show is different after time goes on. But obviously that's not. I was like over here thinking, oh yeah, it's about the TV show. Because like at the very end, Owen's over here like, yeah, this show kind of sucked in the end. It wasn't as scary as I thought it would be. And that's exactly how I thought of some of this stuff. Like, I was over here thinking Power Rangers was goated. Still is, but I can see, it is made for a kid. It was made for a kid. But, like, yeah. I don't have a lot to say about it. It's just a movie I could not explain. It's a movie I could not explain. I could explain what happens, but I cannot explain what it means. So I get what the allegory is, I get everything about it, but it's just more, I have not experienced that kind of thing. And yeah. I did get really sad though whenever his coworkers were making fun of him. Did get really sad. I was like, dang, man. That's not very nice. That's not very nice, man. I did get really sad during that scene. But yeah, it's a very confusing film. Confusing film. Would need to rewatch it if I wanted to get a better answer for it. But I thought it was a fantastic film. Thought the lighting was incredible. Thought the acting was incredible. I thought it was an incredible film. Maybe on the top of my tier list, very end. But like, I still, could not explain it. I think that's the best way I could explain it. Explaining it by saying I cannot explain it is a very good answer. But yeah, I just could not explain it. If you asked me tomorrow, and you were like, yeah, explain to me every tiny little detail, I would be like, I don't know. I did think the part, because I remember at the very start, whenever they were walking through the school or whatever, the part where they were like showing off, like where they had like the little board, I noticed something. My intellectual brain noticed something. That was the same thing that happened to Maddie at the very end, or whatever, where they were talking about the out-of-body experience. That's it. I don't really have anything else to explain. Yeah. So I just thought of a better way to explain my thoughts on I Saw the TV though, and why I could not tell you, or why I was saying, like, I can explain the plot to you, but I cannot explain the relevance of it. Or a better way to explain my opinion, or like why I'm saying that. So, I really like two manga series, which are called Goodnight Pun Pun and Fire Punch. Both of them, first read through, I could not explain to you what the plot meant. I could explain to you what the plot, like what happens in the plot, but could not explain to you what the plot actually meant. Same thing. So, Pun Pun, it's my favorite. It's one of my favorite series of all time. Had as my friggin' avatar here for like a year. Like, dude, it's one of my favorite series of all time, and I can still barely explain to you what happened, or like why everything happens, because and that is from a year now, almost 2 years now of having watching videos, trying to understand what it means. I was originally going to do a video, like, a few years, it was like a year ago now, where I was going to just tell everyone what happens in the plot of Pun Pun. And I canceled it, because I was like, I cannot explain to you why it all happens. I would need to basically plagiarize other people's sources on why it happens, because I could not understand it. And I think that's the same reason why I Saw the TV. I just like the story. I like the story, could not explain to you why it happens. It would need like multiple read-throughs or multiple watch-throughs for this case. And I think it's same thing sometimes with albums. Some albums I like, I just do not understand the plot of the album. I just like I like the music. I like the music, man. Just cannot explain to you the lyrics. I'm just like the Hey God verse, where it's like you don't want to listen to the lyrics, you just want to dance or whatever. That's what I do. That's what I do. Except I listen to the lyrics, but I just cannot explain to you why they're saying that. You know. Anyways, yeah. Sorry for interjecting again. Just about one movie, just to say that I still don't understand why everything happens. I like the movie, man. I like the movie. We're all going to the World's Fair. So this movie is kind of similar to me as I saw the TV logo, especially because it's made by the same person, Jane Schwartenberg. I don't know how to say their name. Don't know how to say their name, but sure, I'll stick with that interpretation of their name. Yeah. So there is okay, let's just go with spoilers. Just always say spoilers. Yeah. So the film is about kind of a thing that because I don't know if you guys know about this, but like Blood Over Intent is like a YouTube cult. Nextpo made a few videos about it. That's the only reason why I know about it. It reminds me of that. It reminds me of that kind of stuff, and I think I like it a lot more just because I think about it as like very similar as Blood Over Intent. And I've never been into that cult, guys. I'm not in a cult, by the way. Like, yeah, it's like I think that's a very interesting topic that has not been adapted too much. Is the only thing about the internet is like predators, which I thought this film was going to go into. We'll get to that. So yeah, it's a very weird movie indeed, and it's another movie where I do not know really what's happening, or I don't know why everything's happening. I should say better. Again, it's the same thing. Same thing I was saying for I Saw the TV Glow. I'm gonna have the exact same kind of opinions about it because of that. I would not say again. I would not consider this as much of a horror movie, but obviously I think it's more of a psychological thing. It's like a psychological movie, I guess. I don't know. It's not like Scream. It's not like Scream. We'll get to. We'll say that. Well, it's not like Scream. It's not a slasher. It's more of like a psychological horror thing, I guess. Yeah, it's a very weird movie. Very weird movie. I liked it though. I really did like it just because I thought the whole Blood Over thing, and I do know, I did watch a video on how it could be related to, non-binary, I think non-binariness or whatever. I watched one video on it. Okay, I watched one video on it. And I was like, oh, I didn't understand any of that. I just thought it was some random I thought it was gonna be like a thing about I thought it was gonna be more standard. No, it's not. Because I thought it was gonna be about this kid is either A, genuinely possessed, or B, is going to get kidnapped by JLB, like the other guy on the cross of the screen. And I was like, oh well, either way. But no, it just ends. Yeah, I thought it was cool though. I thought it was a very cool movie. I thought the filming style was very unique because it was basically filmed almost halfway all through a webcam, almost. And I think that kind of film is kind of cool. I know that there was that one film series called Hacked or whatever, Hacked film series. It was Unfriended. It was Unfriended. That was a movie, and that's all through Skype. This movie's not all through Skype, but yeah. Yeah, I still think that JLB guy's kind of weird. I'll be honest, okay, I thought he was a pedophile throughout the whole movie, and I got hyped whenever Casey called him a pedophile. Because he genuinely... Dude, you're talking to a 15-year-old watching 8 hours of her sleeping just to be like, yeah, man, I think you're possessed. Ooh. Let me make my scary story about it. Yeah, I would suggest this if you like ARGs, I guess. If you like ARGs, I would suggest you you watch this movie because I liked it, and I don't really care for ARGs though. I don't really care for ARGs. I only liked a few. Yeah, it was mainly the older ones. I liked the Local 51. one. Or if they ever make a movie about that, tell me. I'll watch it. I love that series. Yeah, this movie, it was good. I liked it. I think I like it a little bit more than I Saw the TV Glow, just because I feel like I understand the topic a little bit more than I Saw the TV Glow. Or like I like the main broad subject of the film, I guess. Versus, because like this film is about like YouTube ARGs and like getting to or like wanting to go into the internet or whatever. I think that's what the video I watched said. While I Saw the TV Glow was more about just old TV shows. I guess we could say old TV shows versus internet stuff. I like the internet stuff more. But also, both of these films had like Alex G soundtracks, and I'm like, whoa, dude, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I know that guy. He's from TikTok. He was the one that made that Sarah song. I don't watch. I don't listen to Alex G. I don't listen to Alex G that much. Like I'm like, whoa. Well, that's a weird name to be popping up here. I saw like Phoebe Bridgers was in the I Saw the TV Glow soundtrack, and I was like, whoa, Phoebe Bridgers, wow. But I did not expect Alex G to be working on both of these. I just saw his name in the title or like in the little credits thing before the movie started, and I was like, "Whoa, Alex G!" Ah, yeah. This movie. One last thing. This movie is very slow. So so I'm glad that I did not watch it in theaters, because I think because I watched it, from the comfort of my home, lights on, just doing random stuff, instead of doing that. It's way better than it's way better than if I would have watched it from from a theater, from all this stuff. I think it's way better. But other than that, yeah, I think I'm done. What is this? So, Paranormal Activity, which was the next movie I watched. Spoilers. This movie sucked. I did not like the original Paranormal Activities. I don't know. I think it may have just been that it's before my time, I watched it in the year 2024, about 18 years after it was made. So it was not the greatest. And me personally, I thought it was very slow. I thought it was a very slow movie going throughout. And like, you can say all you want about we're all going to the World's Fair. Okay, that movie was slow at very certain points. However, I feel like that movie being slow was good. Because I think these were the same length as well. I don't know why I thought one was really slow and one was like almost too fast. Because I thought we're all going to World's Fair. I thought it was too fast. I think it should have had an extra 30 minutes. I think this movie needed to take out 30 minutes. Yeah, I've seen all the clips, and I've seen the clips before. It wasn't that interesting. It's good found footage. I think it's a very cool found footage film, but I like different found footage films. I wasn't gonna do Blair Witch because I know how people have said that movie's boring. Like in the year 2024 is a very boring movie. So I'm glad I did not pick up that movie. That movie would have got a way worse score. Yeah, because throughout the whole movie, I was like, wow, we're all going to the World's Fair. It's actually really good. Throughout the whole movie, just because I'm like, wow, this movie kind of slow. Yeah, I've seen the YouTube clips, man. I've already seen the YouTube clips. I knew that lady was going to get pulled from the bed at some point by the demon. And I was like, yep, let's do it. And I just thought the characters are unlikable, man. Like, yeah, I get that you're interested in it, Micah, but you don't have to buy a Ouija board after, multiple people have told you not to buy a Ouija board. Just call the demon guy already. I know you're making fun of him, but call the demon guy already. That wouldn't have made a movie, though. That wouldn't have made a movie. So, I'm trying to be reasonable here. I'm trying to be the reasonable one. The intellectual of the group. But at the same time, man, just didn't like the movie. I just didn't like it. I don't know how they're gonna make sequels. There's supposedly 4 Paranormal Activity films, and I'm like, wow, dude, 4? You're kidding me. But yeah, I'm realizing how much I liked World. This movie made me realize how much I liked the last 2 movies even more, because those movies were not found footage, but I would consider World Going to the World's Fair somewhat. At least it has like a little bit of like a weird filming style. And TV Glow is just TV Glow is just a movie. TV Glow is just a movie. Yeah. So Paranormal Activity, not that great.